Israel will take part in negotiations this weekend in Paris with the United States, Qatar and Egypt on a potential deal for a ceasefire and release of hostages in the Gaza Strip. The head of the Palestinian militant group Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, was in Egypt this week in the strongest sign in weeks that negotiations still remain alive. Speaking on the sidelines of a G20 foreign ministers meeting taking place in Brazil, United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken said that the United States is focused on getting an agreement to release the remaining hostages. He also spoke on the latest United States veto of a Security Council resolution, saying that it was actually silent on hostages and that the timing was not the best.
The conflict in Gaza between Israel and Hamas. We're focused intensely on trying to get an agreement that results in the release of the remaining hostages and that produces an extended humanitarian ceasefire. And again, those are goals that I think virtually everyone in the G20 shares.
This comes even as fighting rages on in the Gaza Strip. Palestinian Enclave's health ministry said that in Khan Yunis, Israeli forces raided Nasser Medical Complex shortly after withdrawing from it. The World Health Organization said that it is aiming to evacuate some of the roughly 140 patients stranded there, whereas Israeli airstrikes continue to hit southern Gaza's Rafah on Thursday. According to Hamas, the death toll has topped over 29,000 in Gaza in the last 24 hours. At least 97 people were reportedly killed in the besieged strip. The IDF and Shin Bet Security Agency confirmed carrying out a drone strike in the West Bank city of Jenin, which they say targeted and killed a Palestinian Islamic Jihad operative who was on his way to carrying out a terror attack. Meanwhile, United States Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin spoke with Israel's Gallant about Israel's operation against Hamas in Khan Yunis. Austin stressed the need to Gallant for a credible plan to ensure the safety of and support for the more than 1 million people sheltering in Rafah before any military operations proceed there. The two also discussed ongoing efforts to secure the release of the hostages still held captive by Hamas, as well as the need to improve access to humanitarian aid for Palestinian civilians. The head of the Doctors Without Borders told the United Nations Security Council that children are traumatized, while the United Nations said that it is worried over the impact that an invasion of Rafah by Israeli forces will have on the civilian community. The United Nations has said that it has seen credible allegations that Palestinian women and girls have been subjected to sexual assaults, including rape. While in Israeli detention, they are further calling for a full investigation. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.